So here's the recording for my Mutibo project. First I'm going to start the application. See the Spring server is launching. And then here is the output where I loaded all my values. Here in the application file, as you can see, I loaded them all. The repo save, and I preloaded everything with testing purposes with 3 ratings with the average rating of 2, so it's easy to show you the delete when that comes. And then this is how it prints the output that you see in the console. And now I'm going to launch the Android app. On the emulator. See, the Android app's up. And if you look at the logcat, when it came up to that screen, here's where it did the retrofit request for all of the data from the server. As you can see, it's a bunch of data, and then here's where I have a logcat to show that all 27 rows were created, where I had 27. See, the ID is 27 there. So that's launched. Let's go back to that. And here's where I can log in. And I just kept the default from the OAuth 2 stuff. So user 0, pass for password. Got my first question. It did a request here for data again. Nothing in logcat yet. So we're going to go and answer the question. I think this is the correct answer. Yes, it is. Submitted. Got a request. You should have. It plays a sound. And now we'll move next set, and then we can rate. We'll rate this one at 5 stars. And as you can see here, it pulled another get where it tells me now it has 4 ratings with the average rating of 2.75. And now I'll answer another question. That is correct. We'll rate this one at half a star. So it will delete because it'll have 4 that are below. And as you can see now, the get pulled back null. Nothing is there, and you can see here where it deleted the set where the ID is. And then if you go over to the logcat for the Android app, right here it deleted ID number 26. And the return back, the response body came back as nothing because there's nothing there because it was deleted. Go back to the app and we'll finish out the game. We'll go ahead and get. And there's the buzz for it being wrong. We'll go ahead and rate these so it doesn't delete anymore. There's another one wrong. That one's wrong. So we have a total of 5 questions, 3 wrong. After this set, after this rating, we should game over, 2 points, and then we can play again. Now I'll go through some of the code and show you where everything else that's important. In my Mutibo main class, you see this, the first activity that comes up, and then right here loads the buttons and everything. So where it logs in using the service. If it returns and gives us success and we can connect, it go ahead and it checks and see if the row exists. If the row doesn't exist, so this would be if you launch the app and it was already up and you already had the data, wouldn't get it. If not, it'll go ahead and create the set from the find all from the server. It'll iterate through all of them and load it. I guess I can show you where it errors if you try to log in as the wrong user. So say we'll get the password wrong, login failed. If we try a user that doesn't exist with the correct password, still login failed, and you can see it coming up in the console down here. Why? And you can also the other user too, and those do exist. As you see, we can still log in and get the game screen. In my Mutibo game is where all the other code for the game. This app basically loads the initial layout, the question layout, and then as you hit other buttons in the game, like the confirm button, it shows stuff that's invisible, and then when you hit the next button, it'll change out the layout. It removes the question layout, loads the rating layout, adds points. There's another and then after the rating question, it calls the intent service, or the service intent here, and that is this Mutibo update service, and this basically runs in the background thread, goes and patches with the ID and the rating to the server. Here's my API with all my gets the delete, which is not used anymore since I just delete directly after the patch if the rating is below. If it has more than 3 ratings and the average rating is less than 2, I'll show you here where it does that in the set controller. And here's where it deletes. And I think that's about all I need to cover in this